Hello and welcome. I'm Sanjana, and today we have with us Shyam Kumar, the president and the head of Kotak's international business. He brings with him 30 years of rich experience. And today we'll delve into Kotak pedigree and the strategies and the research that is needed to help you make the right investment decision. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you.
So, how big is the Kotak Group?
Okay, so Kotak is now almost 4 decades in business. So Mr. Kotak had started in 1985, and as we stand today, Kotak is into possibly all areas of financial services, which is possible in India. Okay, that's the bank. So the parent level is the bank. Then we have the asset management business, we have the life insurance and the general insurance business. We have the investment banking, the brokerage, the equity research. So you name it, wealth management. Everything is what you can possibly do in India. Financial services is there. I think in terms of employee strength, the Kotak Group employs about 125,000 employees, and the parent entity is listed, and the market cap as we speak today is roughly about $50 billion.
What is Kotak International?
Okay, so Kotak International is, I'd like to say, the international part of the Kotak business, which again has been around for what, 3 decades now? Okay, so March this year we will complete 30 years. And we have, over the period of last 30 years, we've been evolving into various businesses. Today as we speak, currently, we've got, let's say, 3 or 4 major areas which we are focusing on. Our biggest business is asset management, okay? Today in asset management, we manage monies for foreign investors who want to invest in India. And I think we are roughly about $5.5 billion invested into India. Then we have another product which is the bond trading business, which we trade Indian as well as global bonds, dollar-denominated bonds, across our various offices for institutional clients and for larger, let's say family offices, etc. And the third product is we have a market access product, which we create investment solutions for foreigners who want to invest, let's say, into a market like India or any other market. So these are the 3 main products. Of course, over a period of time, we have also built a net worth, a large net worth, which we typically deploy that money as proprietary investments. Yeah.
And what services do you offer?
So we have funds which are domiciled in Luxembourg. We have funds which are domiciled in the US. US funds are largely for US retail investors. We also have products which are there in Mauritius. Globally, we have been servicing customers across the US, all the way to Japan, Middle East, and this on the asset management side. And I think we've now had a decent track record in terms of our performance and the size. The Kotak Midcap Fund is today arguably the largest India dedicated fund. The largest India dedicated fund in the sense actively managed fund, not the ETF space, actively managed fund. So that is one thing which we are very proud about. The second thing about our international business is the service which we offer is the bond trading business. So we have a desk in Singapore, in Dubai, in London, and in New York. So it's typically a 24-hour, I would say 24-hour, 5, not necessarily 7 days, but 24 hours, 5-day kind of an activity. And some part of this business is always, awake. Okay, so our customers get service across different time zones. So we might have a Middle Eastern bond, which will be traded between a Singapore investor and a US client. So that's how we do that business. The third piece is the market access piece, where we offer Indian access for foreign investors who want to invest in India. And we also begun creating solutions for investors who want to invest into other markets also. So this is the 3 real products today.
Why should one trust your services?
Well, I think there are, I would say, in the last 3 decades, okay, we are present across in all the jurisdictions, having all the licenses, so we've got the experience. We know what it takes for from a regulatory standpoint, as well as from a customer experience and customer requirement standpoint. I'd like to just highlight about one piece, which is on the asset management. Okay, on the asset management, look at the way we go about the process. So we have, like I said, like we say, the investment process and the investment philosophy. The investment process starts with, and I'm just touching upon one of them, okay? The asset man piece. The investment process starts with identifying the universe. Now, here, let's say the universe is India, within which we do equities and we do corporate bonds. The second piece, the second part of that process is that we look at our research. So we have a buy-side research team, all right, which looks at the stocks, and we have analysts, sector analysts, and then we also apply an ESG on top of that, the ESG overlay on the entire thing. The third piece is when we have an idea generation, which is done. That comes both from the research team as well as from the portfolio managers, all right. Once this is all done, then we go to actual action, where we have got about 40 plus brokers through whom we trade, and we are able to execute those ideas. And last but not the least, and the most important piece is this portfolio is evaluated and reviewed on a monthly basis. There's an investment committee, and like I said, we also have an ESG committee, all right, to look at the ESG norms. So this is broadly how the process is, all right. If you come down to philosophy, we have what we call as a top-down and a bottom-up philosophy. The top-down philosophy is that we look at the macros. What is the environment? What are interest rates? Right? Are there any tailwinds? Are there any events? Are there any risks? So this is the top-down part of it. Bottom-up, we look at as we call as BMV, business management and valuation. So how strong is a business? How sustainable? How scalable is a business? What is the competition? After that, we look at the M part, which is the management, in terms of the entire area of corporate governance. You know, how they have been conducting their affairs within the company. And last but not least, the valuation. You know, whether it makes sense to put the money now. So top down, bottom up on the philosophy and the process. Like I mentioned, we've got these 5 pieces, which is together. That's how we have gone about. That's the asset management piece, but I think that's the biggest piece which we manage anyway. Yeah.
I know that you've gone into having a desk at all of these countries, but if you could give us a sense of your global presence.
Like I said, we have been in business for 30 years now, international business. We started off with Mauritius, and we opened our next office in Dubai. We have, after that, the next year after that, we opened in London, and then we went to New York, and then we opened in Singapore. Okay, so we are present in these 5 locations. In each of these locations, we have been registered and regulated by the local regulator. So let's take the US. US, we are regulated by the FINRA. By the UK, we are regulated by the Financial Conduct Authority. Dubai is by the Dubai Financial Services Authority. In Singapore, by Monetary Authority Singapore. In Singapore, we actually have 2 offices. One is Kotak Mahindra UK Singapore branch, and the other one is Kotak Mahindra Asset Management Singapore, where our entire asset management business is run out of, the fund management is run out of. So 5 locations, dealing with customers across the world. Okay, so our US office deals with all the Americas, North America, South America. The London office deals with all the European investors, and those investors also include Israel. And Middle East deals with the GCC market really, and Singapore deals with Japan and with the local Singapore and the Far East market, all the way to Australia. So this is how we are globally present.
Impressive to know your presence across all of these businesses, but who would you say are then your potential clients?
So Sanjana, if you really look at it, we have to divide the international business into a 2x2 matrix, right? So let's say on one side you have the term global, and the other side you have the term Indian. So global customers investing into Indian products is one slot. The other slot is Indian customers investing in global products. The third piece is where Indian customers investing into Indian products, right? And the last piece is when global customers investing in global products, right? If you look at the Indian customers investing in Indian products, that's what Kotak Mahindra in India does. Whether it is the asset management piece, whether it's the banking piece, whether it is insurance and all of that. So that's taken care of in India very well. International business really focuses on the other 3. So global investors investing into Indian products, and that's been our biggest part of our business because we run the asset management business. So in terms of clients, all our clients who subscribe to our funds or who give us mandates to manage money for investing in India are the clients, the global clients who invest in Indian products. The second one is when Indian customers can invest in global products. As you know, the Reserve Bank of India has permitted this liberalized limited scheme, and there are schemes which are coming out which allows resident Indians, either as individuals or as corporates, to invest abroad. And there we are gearing ourselves up for creating products which resident Indians can invest abroad. Second one. The third one is where you say global investors can invest in global products. Well, over there we have been really acting in the form of product matching. In the sense, we have a debt bond trading desk which is based in Singapore, Dubai, London, and New York. So we have clients across the world wanting to trade bonds, and it need not be Indian bonds, can be anything. To give you an example, a UAE bond can be bought by a US investor and sold by a Singapore client. So this is how we do the four piece. Yeah.
What's the kind of team that is leading all of Kotak's international business?
So we have kept. I must be a bit. I'm reasonably proud that the team has been there for many years now. Okay, we have got a very longevity of the team is, and therefore the team is stable. Each of these offices have got their own CEOs. Okay, US office, the London office, the Singapore office, the Dubai office have got their own CEOs. Like I said, the Kotak Mahindra Asset Management Singapore is the asset management business, is where the asset fund management is done, and there is where all our fund management, the fund management team sits. The principal investment officer, the fund manager who manages the mid cap fund, the fund manager who manages the ESG fund, which is a large cap fund, and a debt fund manager. So they are all based there. And plus, we also have an ESG specialist sitting in Singapore. Along with this is the compliance. Okay, so we have compliance in each of these locations. So as you can imagine, being regulated by multiple regulators, you've got to be careful as to how you conduct your business. And I'd like to say the last 30 years we've done a fantastic job on compliance as well as on credit.
Absolutely, Shyam, and so remarkable to look at the kind of presence that Kotak has, not just in India, but globally. So I hope you enjoyed this video and got some useful information on the kind of presence that Kotak has globally.